Lex Aviation back at it again, folks. Welcome to the Lex International Airport. Today is a 1 to 400 scale review of some departures, a lot of heavies, some arrivals. The main focus would be departures. Most of the heavies on the ground already. A little bit loud. Got a heavy push this afternoon. Anyway, let's get the review on the way. You know what? Before I get the review started, I just want to say, if you've been following me, and those that have been following me, thank you for subscribing. And I just learned why I haven't been receiving comments. I adjusted that, corrected it. So now you can comment. And those that have been liking, I appreciate it. It shows me a lot of motivation, and it gives me a lot of motivation and support. And but what I'm trying to get at is, most of my 85% of my models were pieces that I collected from that I purchased from a collector. That was loose models, like I stated. And I just wanted to get those out of the way first. I have a lot of unboxing and I have a lot of models in boxes, I should say. But I wanted to get the unboxing models out of the way first, and then get the more up-to-date and futuristic pieces showing. The only pieces that's not been reviewed on my channel thus far is American Airlines. Those are all pieces that's in boxes, except for 1 or 2. But I was going through the last box of my unboxed pieces, and I found this card from the seller. And I reached out, but 2018, a lot of things happened. A lot of people are no longer with us, but this is the individual. So I want to give a shout out to him. Looks like his name is James. I checked his website, checked his email, no longer valid. So if anybody knows this individual, steer him towards my channel. I just want him to know that his legacy is being carried on. And what I mean by that is his pieces, if you look at them, they're in amazing condition. Okay, he kept them in amazing condition. And those that's viewing this channel, or any one of the channels on YouTube, you have to be a real aviator, a real passionate aviationist, in order to collect, these pieces, these models, these accessories. It's in your blood. Like me, it was in my blood. I just never knew about it until my first trip at the airport, walking out from the tarmac, smelling that jet fuel. I was hooked. Steered me towards a life of aviation. Anyway, without any further distraction, let's get this review started. First up, as I should say, we got that, you can hear it right now rolling. We got the A380 tie, which is rotating right now. Beautiful. And that's 380 Heavy 021 en route to Taipei. And it looks like we just got a report of the DHL reported to the tower that they seen some debris being blown back from the 380. So we got the maintenance team on 27 left checking for any debris. So right now everything's at a standstill. And once they get the all clear, we got the WestJet Q400 lining up, positioning and holding, and that'll be flight 1104 en route to Toronto. Behind the Q4, we got Continental which is a 73200, flight number 201, en route to Charlotte. Holding short for Juliet, waiting in position, which would be the, looks like a Cessna 124. I'm not sure today or their destination. Maybe it's just doing a couple of loops around, a couple of legs, or more than likely heading out to either somewhere in the island or Jersey. And it's a good idea. The wonderful Tower Air Traffic Control crew have them has a 47 Pan Am holding short for the Cessna, because you do not want to take off behind the behind the 47 with that wake turbulence. And those that don't know, wake turbulence is like if you ever watched a boat go by, you got that wake in the water. Well, that's the disruption that the power plants, aka engines create a distortion in the air, in the atmosphere, which could be very detrimental to any type of structural integrity that's passing through it. So if you ever paid attention, or if you ever heard, for instance, the Q400, once they get the all clear, it'll go like this: WestJet 1101, winds 346 at 927 left, clear for takeoff. Caution wake turbulence from the port in heavy 380. That's what that means. Anyway, moving on. Next we got the Pan Am 74300. Flight number 1508 Heavy, en route to Shanghai. Beautiful piece there. Missed that livery. Nice little lineup here, folks, for you today. Behind the Pan Am would be the DHL DC-9, bearing flight number 0202. And it's en route to Jacksonville. Next, pushing back from Terminal C, looks like gate number 6, C6, is the American Heavy. A300. Looks like an A300-200. Flight number 1902. Heavy, en route to Lima, Peru. And those that's new to this channel, all my American Airlines is dedicated to Terminal C, which is American Airlines. And American Airlines designated call numbers or flight number was 19 in the 1900s. So for instance, 1902, 1905, 1956, 1900 is American Airlines at this airport. Moving on will be the Etihad. And that's a A300 freighter, 200 series. So it'd be a A32 freighter, flight number 701, en route to Pakistan, Doha. The DC-9 Hawaiian gave way to the A300. So once A300 lines up and falls in line, would be the Hawaiian. And we got the Hawaiian DC-9 flight number 801 heading to DFW today, folks. Miss DC-9s. Sounds like the 372 just took off. All right, folks, next we'll have the Hawaiian and then the American Airlines, which would be the L10 will give way to the American Airlines. So we got the American Airlines MD, aka Mad Dog, MD-82, bearing the TWA colors, livery still. And those that don't know, TWA was acquired by American Airlines. But we got the MD-82, flight number 1908, en route to Seattle, Tacoma. And then we'll have the the L1011. Look at the cones, the engine caps on that. Beautiful chrome. It's like the Q400 just took off. But anyway, the L1011, flight number 072, heavy, en route to Mohammed V, Morocco. Beautiful heavy right there. I think she's bearing Rolls-Royce power plants. All right, next we have the Continental. (707). That's flight number 782 heavy. Flight number 702 heavy. 782 heavy. En route to Dungari, Tel Aviv. Behind the 707, we have the Eastern 727. I missed that livery. I flew on Eastern Airlines to Trinidad and Tobago with my mother when I was a kid to a wedding. I flew on that Eastern Airlines when I was a kid. I love that color scheme. But anyway, Eastern Airlines. Looks like flight number 1128 heading to Cabo San Lucas. Behind the Eastern Airlines is American 738 1921 en route to LAX. Review at the American Airlines terminal here. Pushing back, actually pulling into the gate, is American Airlines MD-83. You can tell the difference between MD-83 and MD-82. Power plants are much bigger. They're sporting CFMs composed to the G power plants on MD-82. So you can see the huge significant difference in the power plants. A little bit more performance, economy wise, reduced throttle rise, and range wise on MD-83, Mad Dog 83. Those that don't know, this is acquired by Boeing, which is advanced. I'm sorry, this was an advanced version of the DC-9, which is now the 717. But anyway, the MD-83 just came in from MIA, flight 1901, pulling into, looks like C5 there. Next we have next for departures, we'll have the Aer Lingus A330. Let's get a little closer. Aer Lingus A330. Beautiful piece there. So the Aer Lingus A330, folks, flight number A330-300, by the way. Flight number 018 heavy, en route to Shannon, Ireland International Airport. Next we have the Song, which is a low budget carrier of Delta in the mid 2000s. She's pushing back from the main terminal, and that's flight number 608 757-300 en route to London Heathrow. Got a little surprise there for you folks. Then we have the Thai MD-11 pushing back Got the engines getting started up right now as we speak. And this Thai MD-80. I keep some MD-80. MD-11. Flight number 029. En route to Sao Paulo. Pushing back from B2. B3, correction. Last for the departures today. The next couple of minutes. Once they get the all clear and the weight and balancing wrapped up. You got this BA 164 300. Prudential. Flight number 801. En route to Victoria. I'm not sure why she has two fuel trucks there. Maybe in cases like this, the first fuel truck has some technicalities and they requested a second one. That's usually the case. Got the APU. And those that don't know, airplanes generally, until the modern era, needed a jump start in order to start up. Didn't have internal battery power. They have something called an APU, which is an engine installed into the rear of the plane. For instance, I'll give you an example. If you look at the back of this 47, see the exhaust? That's the APU. In case the engine loses power, you got a full blowout on all four engines. They have a little backup engine that keeps the engine, the instruments running, electronics, hydraulics, things of that nature, all the vitals of the aircraft. Most of the smaller crafts that's not long range, for instance, has the MD or the 37. Well, 37s have them now. They don't have an APU. So you always see a little box here next to a craft. It's like a generator. That gives it enough voltage to get the instruments, electronics going for the pilots to, you know, do their pre-flight and pre-startup. So that's what that little box there is. If you didn't know, that's always in front of mainly regional jets, fighter jets, things of that nature, Lear jets, private jets, I should say. That's APU. External power unit. But she's heading over to Victoria, Vancouver. So that's pretty much it for the departures today. I'll give you a brief little rundown of what we got on the board. So at the American terminal, got all gates occupied. C4 has a 777-200 in the old livery. Beautiful piece. Got some heavy loading going on there. C5 has a 67-300 without the winglets. ER, long range. And she's bearing Rolls-Royce power plants. Got some heavy loading going on there too. Got a 717, still in the American, the TWA scheme. Getting loaded up, catering. Then we have a 67 ER in the new livery. And my correction, 67 over here is the LR, long range. This is the ER, extended range. Looks like getting fuel and some catering, luggage put on. Getting ready for pushback shortly, probably. And then, as we already mentioned, got the A300 and the MD pulling in, A300 leaving. At the main terminal, we got Delta 573 getting loaded up. And at the American standalone gates, usually for When you got an overflow, overnight park and things of that nature, you got a 378 and a 57-300. We'll move on to the main terminal. Got a 27, looks like BWIA, which is now Caribbean Airlines. Getting some maintenance, bathrooms, luggage. Then we got a 47, looks like 200, Argentina Airlines. And Argentina Airlines has 3 main flights out of this airport per week. They're all international, but one's always a long haul. And the reason why I say they're both international because Argentina is a different country, so even if they leave the Americas, it's international. So usually coming in and leaving at the same time, but you got a 47-200 getting loaded up. And there's a, looks like a 27. Love those color schemes. Next we have a 707 Air Mexico in their old livery. Getting loaded up there. Beautiful scheme. Have a couple of pieces of American, Air Mexico. And same thing with Eastern Airlines. They usually use these two gates in the back side of the Terminal A, which is A7 and I believe A8. Got a DC9 that just came in, and this A300 500 series. This is the biggest model out of the 800, the 300 series out of the Airbus. Came in overnight. She's getting loaded up now. Probably got an evening flight heading out. All right, at the regional standalone gates, we got a Northwest DC9. Getting some bathrooms cleaned. That's a DC9 200. And then we have a PAS. Getting some catering. DC9. And then we also, you already mentioned the BA 164. Now I'll move over to our little Pan Am right here. It's an L10. And this L10 just came in fresh from the factory from Lockheed. Beautiful piece there. She's getting some last system checks, some penmanship done inside the cabin. And that's why you still got the caps on the engine covers. Brand new craft there, folks. New addition to Pan Am's fleet. She just came in. She's getting some system upgrade and configurations, things of that nature. With the crew, I think the chief captain for Pan Am is going over some logistics with the craft, and once she's ready to go, she'll be moved over to the gate and ready for loading up for our maiden flight. And this CR7 is still sitting there. They got some issues for past couple of weeks. I don't know what's going on. I guess with the whole corona, a lot of parts been delayed and things of that nature. US Airways. But let's move over to the Terminal B. You already know the MD's pushing back. We got a all right, Terminal B. We got a SP 747 SP. And those that don't know, this is one of the first crafts that could do a complete long range. This particular aircraft could go from JFK, North America, to Sydney, Australia non-stop. This is before the 750s, I'm sorry, the 350s and the 777s and things of that nature. Got an IL 62 BAC. Beautiful piece here. Long range now, already. Look at those power plants. We got a Thai 74 400. It looks like we got a 330 Royal Jordan 330 300. Then last at Terminal B, we have a SAS, Scandinavian International Airlines, loading up. Got some cargo going on there. Looks like 300. And Federal Express, the typical cargo. A300 Airbus freighter. And DC-10. UPS. 744 freighter. But that's pretty much it today, folks. Hope you like this review. Please like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. I got tons of pieces. I'll be doing a lot of unboxings of most of the modern, up-to-date liveries and airliners. So please hang on there with me. Thanks for following me so far. And this is Lex International Airport. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Until next time, please like, comment, and subscribe.